Good morning. So, as you some of you know, I've been recording this building a battery backup system for my computer area, and so the inverter that I have, the triple eight 750 watt modified sine inverter. It was the first significant inverter I ever bought in my life. So that puts it. It's probably a 10-year-old inverter. And I had quirkiness things with it in the beginning when I would use it for CFLs. It would, if I had 6 CFLs for lights, it wouldn't work unless I put one on at a time. So it wouldn't handle the surge of the CFL starting up, which kind of made sense. But so I hooked it up yesterday, and I was running my computer setup with it, and it was having some issues with the surge of different things starting up at once. So it was kind of interesting in itself, but it was annoying also. So those glitches of it surging, the power supply surging, sent a spike to my editing computer and crashed the editing computer. And that wasn't terribly fun. I was kind of I wasn't frantic, but I wasn't sure if I blew my motherboard, or my motherboard came up in French, and then I was able to reset that, but it wouldn't boot up off of the the C drive, which is a M2 drive on the motherboard. But it would boot up off of the external hard drive that has Acronis loaded on it. So, and one of the things I had was a clone of the drive from a month and a half ago. Sorry, actually about a month ago. It was mid-July. I've been having problems with my Acronis backup software when they updated the Acronis software, it only works with version 2004 for Windows 10. And I'm at the version before it on this computer. On my other computer, I was able to update it. And apparently Microsoft is rolling it off unit by unit. And when I try to update it, the message I get is basically wait your turn, which is a little annoying because I kind of need it on here. But the only other way to get 2004 on this machine would be a complete reload from the ground up, which would mean that because of my super fast internet, it would take me a month to download my programs that I use all the time, which is Photoshop and Premiere, Audition, and a few others. So I basically, most of my projects are up to date. The only projects that I've been working on lately have been my video of the building of the backup. So I lost those 5 videos in all the editing. I still have all the original stuff on the cameras. I don't usually delete. All right, I got a frog in my throat. It's kind of chilly up here, but it's nice. So I'll have to recreate all those videos at some point, and it might just come out better than they were before. So that's a plus. And I'll have to get another inverter for that spot. But that's all right. That's okay. But that's how you learn. And stuff happens, and it doesn't dismiss the project at all. It just means that went back and forth about buying an inverter. I went back and forth about going with the PIP inverter. If I'd gone with the PIP inverter, I wouldn't have needed the battery charger. I would have just had the PIP inverter. But I don't really need 1,000 watts here in this spot. I mean, granted, I could run an extension cord to the refrigerator, but I don't think that I have enough battery capacity to run that. It's really only designed to run this corner and keeping it simple. Someday I'll put a PIP inverter in the power room to run this side of the house. I mean, that would be what would be ideal, to have a PIP inverter to run this side of the house. I have the transformer, so I could get a larger system down the road, and who knows, there may be some solar panels outside. But that's a down the road type of thing. But I just thought I'd give you a funky epitome over that. And anybody who doesn't have backups for their computers are out of their friggin' mind, unless they have absolutely nothing on their computers. No computer is safe from a crash, whether you're on Mac or you're on PC. The only advantage about being on PCs is it's a whole lot easier to self-troubleshoot and get yourself back up and running. At best scenario is that you get like a Cronus, which is a really good program, and they have really nice customer support, even though sometimes things don't work out right. Is that you can take it and clone your hard drive on a regular basis, and that way you have a backup of your C drive. That's ultimately the best. The best thing is to have the software running for backup, so it keeps you going every so often. But doing a clone of your hard drive, which is another thing. That's why I have it right here. It's I have it on a portable, and I had gotten an SSD it's the AdLink, which, for an SSD, it's actually pretty good. I like Samsung, but this seems to be pretty fast. It's about as fast as you're going to get it anyway, and it seems to be pretty good. And it was cheaper than getting a Samsung SSD at the time. It worked. So I did a clone of my other system too, and then put the thing away. So now on there, I don't really do much on other than watch videos and TV at the moment. But at any rate, I just thought I'd give you an update of people who've been waiting for the next version to upload. I was in the process of uploading the third episode of the building of the system. So I'm actually thinking that I'm probably going to put the UPS back over onto the computer to protect the computer. And then I will have the other inverter as a backup to the system going down. So I won't need much of a backup, because I'm not going to run the computer anyway on the backup. So when the systems go down, this area just gets shut down, and I just watch from the other room. TV and stuff. I'm not going to sit here in the dark working, although I could. I could, but when you're in a power failure mode, grid, when the grid is down, you're conserving because you really don't know when the power is going to come back up. I mean, they've been pretty good here in the hill towns about getting restored, but there was that time when we were out for 24 hours, uh, longer than that, 30 hours. So the last thing you want to do is be extravagant. Shut everything down and just try not to poop too much. And with that, I do. We will talk to you. Happy, 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 happy.